2014, we moved to Brantford from New Rochelle, New York. And I looked around for racquetball plates that I could play because that was my sport back home at the YMCA. And I couldn't find anything convenient. So somebody told me that there was a sport called pickleball and that there was a club in Guildford that I could look into if I was interested. So I think Linda and I drove over and we stopped at the office to ask how much did it cost and what was the program and blah, blah, blah. And so I was told that there was a Leslie that was in charge of the pickleball program.
Still there, Leslie.
And so they gave me her contact information and I got in touch with her. And she said, come over someday and I'll show you what's involved. And so there were 2 or 3 people with her on the court, and she showed me what the paddle looked like, and what the ball looked like. And she said, get out here on the court. And I guess she gave me a paddle, and so it was fun. And so I joined the club and got to know what pickleball was like. And then I think it was the next year, that this little fellow over here showed up. And joined the club, and
I'm tall.
A tall little fellow.
And we played together a few times, and I found out that if I played with him on the same side, I had a really good chance of winning.
True.
And so whenever I showed up at the club, I'd look, is Rich here? Is Rich here? And so we had a lot of fun with that, and we played for a few years. Now I also have a second picture here. Anybody want to take a stab at that?
You can't see it.
It's that one, John.
That looks like a pedal ball.
Ping
Oh,
pong.
ping pong.
Okay, it's a ping pong. It's a ping pong paddle, and I guess it was a year or 2 after I met Rich and we played a lot of pickleball together. Somebody mentioned ping pong. I don't know if it was him or me or somebody else.
You wish it wasn't you.
Rich's eyes lit up, and I told him, "Hey, are you interested in ping pong?" And I said, when I moved to Brantford 2 years ago, one of the first things I did was I purchased for our clubhouse a very nice ping pong table. And Rich's eyes lit up even more. and so we got into a routine that every Friday at 9 o'clock, he'd come over down from Northford and we'd play ping pong. We did that for a couple of years. And I tell you, whoa, if you haven't seen Rich play ping pong, Rich, get up and demonstrate.
I can imagine the way he swings the
I played against them. Yeah,
Spin
not
Meister.
fun. It's not fun.
But the most interesting
imagine
shot, well, maybe some of you have been watching ping pong in the Olympics lately.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
That's how he plays.
Let's not exaggerate.
The unique shot
Color
is,
shots.
now I told you Rich he's not that tall, but when he hits his leaping backhand, I had to look up to see him. It comes right up off the floor. And the ball traveled, you can't see the ball at you. So that was great. I didn't mind losing. In fact, we had a routine. We play 11-point games, which is now what most people play. In the old days it was 21, but it's 11 points. So what we would do is we had 3 segments. The first segment was the first one to win 10 games. And usually he beat me 10-2, 10-3, sometimes 10-1. I might have won once. And then after that first 10 games, then we do 2 out of 3. And we call that champion of the world, okay? So I had a chance, because I only had to win 2 games. But usually he beat me. And then the final one was 1 game, and that was champion of the universe. And what was great about that is I could have lost 15 games in a row. I still had a chance of ending up champion of the universe. Did it ever happen? I'm not sure.
No.
Okay. Now the sad news is that Rich, 3 years ago or so, had some bad news. And that was that his beloved wife, Carla, was diagnosed with cancer. And no one ever wants to hear that. And Rich knew there was going to be some tough years ahead. And they were very tough. But he continued to play and enjoy the games, and Carla insisted that he do that because she knew he loved it. She knew it was good for him. And so I really appreciated that, and we continued to do that. And I think it was good for Rich, and Carla knew that it was good for him. And but it was tough, and it didn't end well. And so Rich, we just feel terrible about that. But you have a new life coming in Colorado. You'll be close to your son, close to your daughter, Tracy, and I'm sure there are better days ahead. Now Carla, I did meet her a couple of times when she was feeling a little better, starting to, Rich and I went out, Erin and I joined Rich and Carla for dinner, and then once we head into the condos and we had a little picnic out back. And then I thought, I'm not a gourmet cook, but I do a few things that I enjoy and that we like at home. And so I would send a few things that, well, I'll tell you what they were. New England baked beans, and she loved those. So I'd make the baked beans, and a few times I'd give them to Rich to bring home. Fish chowder was another one. I'm a fisherman, so I catch fish and I make fish chowder. But one time I got scared, and the reason I got scared was very scared. Linda and I are pretty good at detecting bones in the fish chowder. And we don't, they don't bother us. We pick them out and that's it. But I think Rich happened to tell me that at one point, Carla was having a little trouble swallowing. Is that correct? I think you told me that. And it's at a time when I had sent up some fish chowder. So all of a sudden I'm thinking, oh my God, she doesn't swallow well, and there's liable to be a couple of bones in the fish chowder. Oh, that would have been something. But anyway, it worked out well, and she loved it.
It wasn't a problem.
And what was the third thing?
Wait, hang on.
Yeah. The third thing is I've gotten into making bread lately. And so I sent her a few times, and I told her she could share a little with Rich if she wanted to. I don't know if she ever did. But anyway, that was fun to, and we exchanged a few emails with Carla. She was a very, very feisty, tough woman.
And
very,
Carla
very
was
nice.
a great baker.
Oh
We
yeah,
got
and we got in
cookies-
return.
cookies
Yeah,
from-
I didn't do this all for nothing. We
Good to know, there's always
we
a
got
price.
in return some wonderful dessert squares, and yeah, she was wonderful, and she was a superb. Now the word's falling.
Quilter.
Oh yeah, quilt. But there's another word I'm trying to think.
Seam-
Begins with E.
embroiderer?
Embroidery. Dana's good with words.
He wrote a book.
So we inherited.
Feminine side came out.
We inherited from Carla when Rich was having his yard sale a beautiful, beautiful handmade embroidered quilt.
Oh.
And,
Quilted quilt.
what's it?
A quilted quilt.
A quilted quilt. Okay.
To be
And,
specific.
and I inherited this really nice, heavy, it's called a Dutch oven. It's like a baking. Because when I started sending her the bread, I sent her then the recipe. I guess she asked me. And in the recipe it says, it's better to do it in a Dutch oven. So lo and behold, she went out and had Rich, I guess, or maybe she ordered online, I don't know. She got this beautiful Dutch oven, only got to use it once. And so then Rich, at the time of the yard sale, gave it to me.
Amazon.com. Amazon.com.
Oh, Amazon.com.
She was always on Amazon.com.
The other thing Rich shared with us the other day is he was quite a motorcycle freak. You call them freaks?
Enthusiast.
That's the right word. That's the right word.
And he,
Freak Rich.
Not free.
and he had a couple of very, very close calls. We're lucky he's here today. He almost got run over by a 18-wheeler truck, and then he went flying across a patch of sand and almost came off of his motorcycle. So we're very lucky he made it through. Rogelio, my son-in-law here, sitting beside Rich, inherited a lot of very, very useful tools, which in their new home, Erin unfortunately couldn't make it today because their cat has got a mouth problem, a tooth problem, something. But anyway, Rogelio inherited some wonderful tools from Rich, and he's been able to use them in fixing up his new home. And,
I had to do something with them.
Thank you, Rich.
so anyway, I'm going to stop now, and let's see if let me see if I have any more pictures here. No, I'm done. Rich,
Here, here.
we're going to miss you.
This is the best Colorado send-off I ever had.
Well said.
You don't know how many friends you have until you lose them. But I hope I don't lose all you people.
Oh, no. Just gotta get that three-bedroom condo. You'll
I
rediscover
can have
it.
you all out together if I get a 6-bedroom.
There you go.
One more thing, let me say it now, just so that people know. People seem to be okay with it. What we're going to do is I'm going to pay on my credit card. We're going to subtract out Rich and Tracy, and then we're going to split it. You don't have to pay me now, but whenever. Just to make it easier on, because otherwise we go crazy during
that's
figure all
smart,
this out.
Peter.
So we'll do it that way.
Yeah,
So I'll
very
let
good.
you know.
The
I'll divide.
final
Yeah, we'll let you know along the way. But
Right.
We'll let you know if we're going to pay you.